Hello, everybody. Akamatzu here, back with another thoughts video. We just got done finishing like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, the latest in the Yakuza slash like a Dragon franchise. Um, that came out about 3 months ago. At the time of me talking right now, it's late January. It came out, I think, early November. So it's been almost 3 months. And I just wanted to share my opinions on it since we just finished it. Going straight off my head, I could say 100% that I thought this game was very enjoyable. There's not many parts in the game that I thought were bad. If I had to choose anything that I would remotely say is bad, is that sometimes in the combat, it does feel like when you're fighting people, especially in the big group battles, sometimes it does feel kind of hard to lock on to that specific person that you want to target, or you'll be wanting to attack, and then Kiro would be facing the opposite direction that you want him to face, and you'll start attacking, just going the opposite way when you want him to face the opponent. That stuff can be kind of frustrating. It also does have like the weight of the combat that gets introduced in the Kiwami 2 and Yakuza 6, or I should say Yakuza 6, then Kiwami 2. It does feel like it has the weight from that. I never played Judgment or Lost Judgment, so I don't know how much of this game is a derivative of the combat in that, because I don't even know what the combat is like in that. The only thing I think I know about that is that there's a drone in it, so I don't even know if the drone on the agent style is taken from that, or I'm not really sure. But the weight from Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 2, it's definitely still here, and I would say for not the greatest reasons, because there does seem like times where Kiryu just feels like you want him to spring a certain way. So it does feel like sometimes like you're kind of fighting it a little bit, but for the most part, it's fine. Those are just like things that I had to like kind of figure out to say for bad things, but like overall, it's fine. If I could think of anything else combat related that I would say were remotely as bad, that some of the heat moves feel like they lack impact, but I was kind of told that that's a byproduct of the judgment system. Again, since I haven't played, I don't really know, but the one that comes to my attention is the bat heat move. It really doesn't like there's no build up to it like the other heat moves are. Like the presentation to it is like over pretty quickly, and it doesn't really even feel like it has that much impact. I would even say the sledgehammer one kind of feels that way as well. They're kind of over very fast. Um, so some of the heat moves kind of lack impact, but overwhelming majority of them are, and they're. I think those are like remotely the only things I can really even say that I dislike about this game. Everything else, I thought it was pretty great. mm, the story I think, is very enjoyable. I know this is supposed to be like a side story because I think, if I remember correctly, Gaiden is said to be like it's supposed to mean like side story or short story in Japanese, and that is pretty much what we get here. It's definitely a bridge gap game between Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon and then Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. You definitely get that idea. You're trying to figure out like what Kiru's doing or like what he was doing during that time. And I think the story that they gave us is honestly quite enjoyable. They take the story beats that are presented to us in 7, and then they elaborate on them and give us Kiru's kind of point of view of like those events going down, and then they flush them out further. They give characters that they introduced in 7 more involvement in like what's going on. Like say with like Arakawa and the what happens with the Yakuza clans in 7. They make him a little bit more involved in how he was presented in 7. And that can go a bad way too, but I don't really think they ever do it in this game. Like how like prequels can kind of mess up the continuity of games that they're supposed to be like taking place before. I don't think this game has that problem at all. Everything they kind of do storyline wise fits nicely, and it doesn't really feel unwelcome. If there's anything that I would say remotely even feels unwelcome, it has to be the wristwatch, the gadget. That kinda just feels kinda weird. It feels like a secret agent gadget, but I guess that's kinda what they're going for in this game. It does feel kinda strange, especially, like, when they use it in cutscenes with, like, him, like, in a way, like, it was said earlier by a person in chat feeling like it was like Ada Wong in a way. In a way, it's kinda like Kiru Wong with him zipping some places, which it does it's goofy. I can't take it serious. But other than that, I think everything fits. I think it's really well, and the story is really good. I thought it had great moments. Unfortunately, the final boss was spoiled to me on the second day of the stream, so I kind of knew what it was coming from somebody intentionally trying to, ruin it. But even knowing that, I still thought what happened was amazing. I thought it was really nice, and then the ending that they had was a tearjerker. It was really sad. But I ultimately, this game is like a accumulation of like Kiru's story. There's so many elements from all the Yakuza games that Kiru is the main character of that are in this game. There's so many callbacks to people that he met, uh, whether it be, say, like a final boss or a side character from a game. Uh, it's like a love letter to him. And you kinda get the feeling of it as with what he says about certain things and the way it's presented it. You really get that they really wanted to kinda, like, I don't know if it feels like, in a way, like it would be his final game starring him, and say if it was, it definitely kinda gives you that vibe because of the way they present things. Like, he's reminiscing on a lot of things that he went through and stuff, and it's just great. It's nice for someone who's played all the games and you get to know all the callbacks and stuff like that. Like, "Oh, hey, that's a side character from that game. Oh, hey, that's, the main boss from that game. Oh, hey, I know that person. Oh, hey, that's cool, they're referencing this." There's so many of those things in this game, and it's all really nice. It's all really done really great. Plus they have, like, I think, like, every activity that he's ever been associated with from 1 through or 0 through 5. It's great. It it's a hell of a time. It's really fun. I'm so glad that I didn't rush this game because I did have uh, it did cross my mind to kind of maybe try to hurry it along so that I could reach the release date for Infinite Wealth. But I'm glad I took my time and I explored everything and did everything because it was just so much fun. It's so nice to be able to play as Kiru again. I'm a sucker for the beat 'em ups. As much as I did enjoy like a dragon in the RPG style and the new style, and I do look forward to it in Infinite Wealth. It was just very nice to be able to play as Kiru again in the beat 'em up style, which is definitely my favorite. Um, so yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end
So dance while I put you in a trance.